have the ability to help people escape reality, at least for the next week or so.
Back here at home, we are living in the hottest day of the year.
I hate it.
What a bummer.
I absolutely hate it. It's just painful to step outdoors, even if it's just for walking to your car or walking even from my car into the building. You're just sweating bullets.
And when we say hottest,
Been hotter than this before when we did hit the triple digits, but we are going to end up just short of that. I know I'm certainly not complaining. That's not a record that I want to be breaking around here. At this point, hey, we're down from 99 to 98 right now, Louisville International Airport. We're going to be very slow to see those numbers actually cool down. Feels like 112, feels like 109 around Bowman Field, where actual temperatures are at 96 degrees. Across all of the metro, we're hovering right around the triple digits. PRP down to Valley Station at 98 degrees right now, 96 around Bowman Field, 97 in the Linden neighborhood. We have some middle 90s in southern Indiana and then lower 90s even from Hodgenville down to Munfordville. But here's how it actually feels as you step out the door. Not being dramatic whatsoever when we say it's just incredibly steamy and soupy. Whatever kind of adjective or word that you can think to describe muggy, that's what it feels like when you step out the door, much like it has for the last couple of days. But today it's pretty extreme. It's feeling like 118 around Lanesville, feels like 109 in Hardinsburg. But thankfully, we are going to see this excessive heat warning come to an end once and for all by 11 o'clock tonight. And tomorrow, still going to be warm, but it's certainly not going to be as bad as what we're seeing out there right now. I'm actually tracking a few showers and thunderstorms, but they're very spotty and will continue to be quite spotty. Nonetheless, we are having a storm moving through the North Vernon area into Madison, Indiana. It's just picking up your wind a little bit, perhaps tapering down those temperatures ever so slightly. And then you're also seeing a 90-degree day. Hey, it's smooth sailing from there, because take a look at the 7-day forecast here. On Sunday, we make it down to the middle 80s, just going to feel absolutely fantastic. And we kind of just stay there as we head into the new work week, Monday into Tuesday, still feeling really good, especially when you compare it to what we're dealing with outside right now. Now, what you don't see a whole lot of on this 7-day forecast is rain chances. Those are still looking very few and far between, but I know we can all be thankful that we're at least going to.
I know my school's even recess is indoors today and through Friday, Sam. It's just, you don't need it. You don't need this heat.
It's just not a risk you want to take, you know? Just when in doubt, just bring recess inside, you know, and it's one of we're expecting to see this dome of heat actually be a little more prolonged than what we originally thought. It's going to be sticking around into, but easily Friday, if not early into the weekend. Right now, we are sitting at 88 degrees. What we do have on tap for us today, as opposed to earlier this week, is not a cloud in the sky. Yesterday and days prior, we did have a couple of fair weather cumulus clouds passing through, but today we're staying pretty quiet. Just seeing nothing but sunshine. Feels like temperatures already hitting the lower 90s as we get ready for the lunch hour. Shelbyville, 84 degrees. We're at 78, so a touch cooler. More degrees, but the nice trend is humidity has been a little bit drier than what we originally thought through the course of the week, but still our feels like temperature will be on the dangerous side of things at times, more so tomorrow and Friday. We still have that excessive heat warning that is in full force. We do think today that generally speaking our feels like temperatures will be between 100 to 105 degrees. Now that doesn't mean we're out of the woods per se with the extreme heat, but arguably it could be a lot worse. We're going to be forecasting to see feels like temperatures likely tomorrow getting over 105 degrees for Kentuckiana. Here's the planner today, though. 96 throughout the course of the day. There will be a couple of clouds mixed in, but overall today, again, it's going to be sunshine filled and very, very hot outside. If you're going to be going to the fairgrounds more so on Friday, that is the day to be targeting to really pay attention to your body and make sure you do stay in the shade as best you can or the air conditioning. We're projecting to see very hot conditions prevail. Now, this is the moment that everybody's been waiting for. We're going to be going to some of the surrounding lakes, Patoka Lake, Taylorsville Lake. We're all looking to be full of sunshine most of the weekend. Of course, Sunday, if you don't like it too hot, is the day to get outside on the boats. There's our 7-day forecast, a little bit closer, Brooke.
We have some hot temperatures in store today in the mid-90s, almost going to be a photocopy of what we saw yesterday. Limit the duration outside. 91 for your high in Corydon, 96 here in Louisville for your high, 93 in Lebanon. Not going to be as extreme over in Campbellsville and Columbia. The farther southeast in Kentucky, the cooler the temperatures that they're going to see today. So an excessive heat warning remains in effect through Friday. Mainly the duration of heat is the reason why we are under a warning. The heat advisory shows and highlights the communities that could see heat index values get above 100 today, ranging from 98 to 103.
Here's actually a look at the bus stop forecast a bit closer this morning. Make sure the kids, speaking of water, are staying hydrated. They have plenty of water in their backpack with them. 80 degrees outside. It is a downright sauna if you stepped outside. So coming our way into tomorrow. Here's actually a close look at today's forecast. Mid to upper 90s all across Kentucky. And of course, Louisville does remain the hottest due to the urban heat island effect. We'll be at 97 today in Jasper, Indiana. Here's a current look stepping out the door and where we are standing right now as we get our day started here on this Friday. Of course, it is staying rather mild and muggy outside. We have temperatures well into the 70s. Actually, at 5 a.m., we were sitting at 89 for a feels like temperature in Metro Louisville. Here's a current look at our alerts. All the counties in this purple shaded color. This goes through this evening. It's basically a heads up that if you reside in Louisville, Jasper, towards Evansville, even in Hardinsburg, and then again Litchfield, this is where we're going to be talking about feels like temperatures getting between 105 to 110 degrees. And throughout the course of mid to late morning, it's going to feel like the low 90s up to the north in Scottsburg. 9 a.m. here in Louisville, we'll be feeling like we're at 90 degrees. As we approach the noon hour, we're going to be surging all the way to 105 in Louisville, 108 in Jasper, 107 in Paoli. And with time, all the way to the 3, 4, 5 p.m. hour, yeah, there it is. The heat index is going to be dangerously hot outside before it does storm. And I'll be showing futurecasts in just a moment, but just kind of reiterate as well. Take your dog for a walk early this morning or wait till the evening to do like temperature in Metro Louisville. Here's a current look at our alerts. All the counties in this purple shaded color. This goes through this evening. It's basically a heads up that if you reside in Louisville, Jasper, towards Evansville, even in Hardinsburg, and then again Litchfield, this is where we're going to be talking about feels like temperatures getting between 105 to 110 degrees. And throughout the course of mid to late morning, it's going to feel like the low 90s up to the
However, when you're heading outside, here's what you should know. We are starting out with some clouds out there. There is an excessive heat warning in effect here across Kentuckiana. So all that pink on the map, that is just telling you it is going to be so hot that temperatures are going to be getting into the mid 90s. So your high temperature today, 96. Heat index values going to range.
Back here at home, we are living in the
when we did hit the triple digits, but we are going to end up just short of that. I know I'm certainly not complaining. That's not a record that I want to be breaking around here. At this point, hey, we're down from 99 to 98 right now, Louisville International Airport. We're going to be very slow to see those numbers actually cool down. Feels like 112, feels like 109 around Bowman Field. Where actual temperatures are at 96 degrees. Across all of the metro, we're hovering right around the triple digits. PRP down to Valley Station at 98 degrees right now, 96 around Bowman Field, 97 in the Linden neighborhood. We have some middle 90s in southern Indiana and then lower 90s even from Hodgenville down to Munfordville. But here's how it actually feels as you step out the door.
Attention homeowners, if you have a power meter like this on the side of your house, you may qualify to save 50, 100, or even 200.
Thanks, Christina. I remember the solar eclipse from back in 2017. That was very exciting then, and it's going to be exciting to see this one move through very close to home next year. Looking outside, it looks hot. It's pretty hazy out there as well, but we are noticing some clouds moving in. That would be winds are out the west at about 10 miles per hour. That's nice because it is helping to stir up the air just a little bit, but otherwise still exceptionally hot across the area. Corydon, heat index of almost 115 at the moment. That's a really hot spot on the map. Jasper at 109, Litchfield 107, Campbellsville one after tomorrow. Look at all of those 80s. That's going to feel very nice, especially around this time next week. Wednesday and Thursday, highs outside of the metro very likely only in the 70s with overnight low temperatures in the 50s. That's going to feel fantastic, and we can give our air conditioners and wallets just a little bit of a break. Thanks, Doug. As we look outside on another sunny day here in Metro Louisville, it's pretty mild out there. Temperatures are above normal, and in fact, that's the main weather story for us, is this warming trend that we are on and going to continue here for the next couple of days. But we do have rain chances back in the forecast beginning on Friday, but it's really not going to be until Saturday that we see that more widespread activity, a little bit more organized. That could also bring some thunderstorms. Almost 80 degrees right now, 78 at Aldi International, 73 in E-Town and in Madison. Winds are very, very light, and they're going to stay calm through the course of tonight as well. So we're going to be near 80 degrees over the next few days. Also staying sunny and dry, much like today, until at least Thursday. But when exactly on a Saturday is that next round of rain going to be arriving? That's what we're going to break down here relatively soon. The rain chances for Friday is currently right here near New Orleans, slowly trying to make its way northward, but that high pressure over us currently is keeping that suppressed to the south. As we check out Futurecast, not much to show you here for the next couple of days. We'll be in the lower 60s by 9:30. We'll wake up tomorrow morning, the temperatures in the upper 40s to around 50 degrees here in the city. Still plenty of sunshine to go around. Winds will be light out of the south tomorrow, so I think we'll be able to overachieve by a couple of degrees tomorrow afternoon. The best chance of hitting 80 degrees is likely going to be coming on Thursday after another start around 50 degrees here in the city. We'll see those winds picking up a little bit stronger out of the south, only around 10 miles per hour, and that usually helps pump in some of that warmer air. And because of that heat island effect here in Metro Louisville, that's when we have that opportunity to crack that 80-degree mark. Now, early Friday morning, storms to be lifting northward. So if you live south of the parkways Friday, you have the best, but it won't be until Friday afternoon that we see a better opportunity because of that heat island effect here in Metro Louisville. That's when we have temperatures again near 80 degrees here in the city, middle 70s elsewhere. Checking out the 7-day forecast, still sunny through Thursday, pretty nice. Still in the middle 70s on Friday with that chance for some showers. Will be mostly cloudy though. Same story on Saturday, 60% chance for those storms mainly late. And then you see that big cool down from Saturday into Sunday. Only 64 degrees on Sunday. That'll actually be below normal as our average high temperature continues to climb to near 70 degrees. And as we head into early next week, forecast weather pattern still looking relatively quiet. For more widespread activity, a little bit more organized. That could also bring some thunderstorms. Almost 80 degrees right now, 78 at Aldi International, 73 in E-Town and in Madison. Winds are very, very light, and they're going to stay calm through the course of tonight as well. So we're going to be near 80 degrees over the next few days. Also staying sunny and dry, much like today, until at least Thursday. But when exactly on a Saturday is that next round of rain going to be arriving? That's what we're going to break down here relatively soon. The rain chances for Friday is currently right here near New Orleans, slowly trying to make its way northward, but that high pressure over us currently is keeping that suppressed to the south. As we check out Futurecast, not much to show you here for the next couple of days. We'll be in the lower 60s by 9:30. We'll wake up tomorrow morning, the temperatures in the upper 40s to around 50 degrees here in the city. Still plenty of sunshine to go around. Winds will be light out of the south tomorrow, so I think we'll be able to overachieve by a couple of degrees tomorrow afternoon. The best chance of hitting 80 degrees is likely going to be coming on Thursday after another start around 50 degrees here in the city. We'll see those winds picking up a little bit stronger out of the south, only around 10 miles per hour, and that usually helps pump in some of that warmer air. And because of that heat island effect here in Metro Louisville, that's when we have that opportunity to crack that. Still sunny through Thursday, pretty nice. Still in the middle 70s on Friday with that chance for some showers. Will be mostly cloudy though. Same story on Saturday, 60% chance for those storms mainly late. And then you see that big cool down from Saturday into Sunday. Only
chilly evening last night, but warmed up nicely today. Ben is here with me now on the night team, looking at a progressively warmer forecast before you bring in more rain over Kentucky.
Yeah, we've had a week of also continue, which means temperatures about 10 degrees above normal for this time of the year. So we're going to be close to 80 degrees for tomorrow. Lower 50s early tomorrow morning. May want that jacket for a little while or the sweatshirt. Definitely won't need it by the afternoon. So you'll probably shed a layer once again during the afternoon hours. 60 at Bowman, and we've got 67 at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. No wind. It is calm and tranquil out there. We're at 54 in Madison and Scottsburg. Again, it gets a little cooler when you head out to the countryside spots. 52 in Brandenburg, and we've got upper 50s in Lebanon and Springfield right now. Just a little high cloud cover up to the north. Otherwise, mostly clear over the Ohio Valley. And that clear sky stretches way out to the west through the Great Plains and over the Rockies. So obviously no storm systems in the works for now. As we look ahead, though, with Futurecast, we'll start to see some of that developing as we go into the weekend. Short-term forecast, nice overnight, a low temperature around 50 degrees. Tomorrow afternoon, around 75 to 80 in most locations with a mostly sunny sky. And it continues to be nice and warm, light south breeze into our Thursday. Temperatures topping out in the upper 70s and lower 80s again, about 10 degrees above normal for this time of the year. Now looking down the road here with Futurecast, we start to see increasing moisture levels on
It has been a really good week of weather, but I think that's starting to come to an end. You're tracking some rain coming into the area.
Yeah, we're starting to notice some clouds rolling through here, Jim, and we are going to be watching chances for a couple of isolated showers and thunderstorms as we progress into the mid-afternoon. What we currently have right now on our Max HD radar is some light rain down towards Campbellsville and Columbia. Of course, this is nowhere near severe. To see some skies of blue sky here behind us with some of the clouds that are passing through. Of course, no rainfall immediately in the Louisville metro area. Fort Knox sitting at 73, E-Town also sitting at 73, and here's our current readings across the map a bit closer. 75 here in the metro, we're sitting at 75 in Bardstown. I do think as the afternoon wears on today, we'll get used to these mid-70s in abundance. We're not going to do as much warming today as what we dealt with yesterday. Taking a closer look too at our wind presence outside, still staying out of the south, very, very light, so today won't be too breezy if you do have some outdoor plans in store to end this week. Here's what's going to be going on.
Sending things over to Reed Yaden now for that weather, Reed, because I know people are going to be watching that really carefully as they plan out their holiday.
For the possibility of some severe weather. Nothing severe in the viewing area right now. We are getting a lot of rain, particularly in northern portions of the viewing area. It's of 1 to 2 inches per hour, so have to watch for flooding as well. Our big weather story, you can guess it. More storms on the way today. It's not going to be a total washout, but you will be dodging some storms. I think we'll get some dry time in here, and then we get more storms this afternoon, temperatures in the 90s. The severe threat today, mainly to the west of Interstate 65, levels 2 and 3 out of 5. 3 is the darker shade, 2 is the lighter shade, and that's what we have for today. The main threats would be very gusty wind, large hail, and can't rule out an isolated tornado. If you're heading towards Cincinnati today, or particularly right now, it's going to be wet all the way up to the Queen City. Taylor Swift's big appearance up there. People going early to get the merch.
We have some clouds right now. We'll soon see some sunshine. Later into the day, we're seeing some pastel colors through those clouds over the Ohio River. Pretty calm out there, not seeing any rain just yet. We could see some spots dealing with some patchy density. That 80 to 100% range. So July 4th forecast will be mostly sunny throughout the midday. We might see an isolated downpour throughout the afternoon as well. Temperatures will be getting into the mid to upper 80s, but going to feel slightly warmer than that. So if you're heading out on the water for 4th of July, it's the best day to spend out on the water on any American holiday. Temperatures are going to be getting into the 80s, isolated spots, and it's going to feel slightly warmer than those temperatures because of all that humidity. So throughout the afternoon, it's going to feel like 95 in some spots. So it's definitely going to be a warm setup throughout the afternoon. So want to make sure you stay hydrated, pack that water, and make sure to pack on that sunscreen. We have some high sun rays out there. Temperatures are going to be getting into the 80s around.
Especially, it doesn't even have to be fireworks.
All fireworks make it for pets. It's going to be difficult, so it's kind of unfortunate. Use those 10 to 15 minutes. The first batch of them is towards the Frankfort-Lexington area. We're not too concerned about those. They're drifting their way to the east. What we are talking about, though, this afternoon, of course, severe weather is extremely low today, but there's enough across much of the area. Humidity is staying very high today. That's why our feels like temperature is in the lower 90s. So once that sun is out today, it's going to be enough to be making for kind of that unbearable heat outside. 86 here in downtown. We're at 82 in LaGrange. Jasper, Indiana sitting at 84. So we are spending the 4th. And here's a look actually this afternoon. A lot of our friends off to the west last Friday that dealt with severe weather, well, Colleen, they're going to be under the gun again today, and there's going to be more chances for severe weather here again tomorrow. How's that looking overall here?
Yeah, we don't want to see it because our Storm Prediction Center risk upgraded 1 level for tomorrow. The same areas that saw the tornadoes on Friday are under a level 4 to 5 risk. Iowa, Illinois, 5 risk. Looking a little more likely to see a strong thunderstorm have that capability of producing some strong winds. This morning, we are starting out with some clouds, some isolated storms, temperatures in the mid-50s and 60s. Might see a pop-up shower here clock, and then it'll cross Louisville right around the evening hours. A forecast model just in Du Bois County over Jasper, seeing some lightning strikes, some heavy downpours over your area, but that is really the risk for us is not until tomorrow when that line starts to enter Kentucky and Indiana. We are now under level 3 out of 5 risk. Looking a little more likely to see a strong thunderstorm have that capability of producing some strong winds. That's really why the storm prediction. So for us, our window is later in the afternoon. I bumped up that time to 3 p.m. because it looks like that line is picking up some that isolated tornado in that line. So medium risk from Memphis to Ohio. So these are the areas that are likely going to see some severe thunderstorm warnings with that potential of seeing some tornadoes during Kentucky. Breaking down those.
We want to go ahead and get right to Sam Gabrielli, Sam, because you guys are watching the weather very, very closely today. It is a day to be weather aware.
Yeah, definitely here to stay with the our atmosphere is going to be favorable for the development of a tornado or two. A tornado watch is in effect for all the counties in red. That basically means that conditions will be favorable for the development of a tornado or two as that secondary batch of storms marches in. We also have a wind advisory in effect through this evening. Aware for sure here across Kentucky. And this is the overall risk, still 3 out of 5 on the scale of severe weather, which is more than halfway, of course, for the concern out of that scale of 5 for widespread chances for some strong to severe thunderstorms. We're going to be seeing gradual clearing perhaps into the early to mid-afternoon, and notice once that sun pokes out.
Storms is sort of the talk of the night, and then let's kind of carry on into the weekend. But for now, what are we looking?
Aren't still anything. However, if you are in our northernmost viewing area here, so I'm talking to you folks around Jackson, Jennings, and Lawrence counties, you're probably going to get clipped by that short line of storms that's just rebounding back to seasonal temperatures as we head into the afternoon. We keep some of those storm chances around for the beginning of our work week. Take a look at the temperatures. We do have that cold front coming through. That's why we'll see some storms tomorrow. And so in the wake of those storms, we're going to be a little bit cooler, about a handful of degrees. So mid-80s are going to last through Tuesday. We're back to the upper 80s Wednesday into Thursday. And beyond the Wednesday, we're going to have a daily chance for showers and storms. Connor?
Today, Sunday, we have a beautiful sunny day.
Yes, and the wind, thankfully, is going to be a whole up, and even a lot of the wind actually disrupting a lot of the cleanup from yesterday's storms. But tomorrow, things should be going just fine as far as the weather is concerned. Unfortunately, though, it is going to be pretty short-lived as we do have more storms in the forecast. Storms that will be slowly working its way through Kentuckiana. So we'll of course be watching that over the coming days. So try to stay tuned for those updates. Temperatures outside right now in the mid-40s. We still have a little bit of a breeze coming in from the west-northwest, about 13 miles per hour. Temperatures for us have already fallen into the upper 30s in Madison, Indiana. We're going to wake up to right around freezing in southern Indiana, likely right above freezing.
I see.
I bought a new weather radio over the weekend knowing
Wise
that
choice.
was going to be coming.
Yep. Oh, Brooke, there's what we've been waiting on. There we are. There's our camera. That's the camera atop the Galt House. The clouds managed to stay around overnight in some locations longer than we thought. You had that stratus layer just would not move. Areas that cleared out, there's some frost. There's the cloudiness moving really out through Shelby County now. You're going to clear out rapidly up through Henry and then on over toward Frankfort. So clouds not a factor. They're going to be out of here. A nice Palm Sunday. We're still looking at 42 at Ali International, 41 at Bowman. But move outside the city. It is cold. 27 at Brandenburg, Hardinsburg 31, Litchfield 36, 34 down in Adair County. Campbellsville's dropped another degree now in the past half hour.
We're not used to this heat. We have an excessive heat warning in effect here across the metro from Madison down to Nashville in that dark pink color on the map. That means temperatures are going to be so high that we have to have a warning in place. So 95 for your high today. Going to feel very hot here across the metro. Could be staying in the low 90s over in Columbia and Campbellsville and our outskirt communities. But regardless, we are all going to see that sunshine and feel that heat. What we aren't going to feel, we're starting out with some dark skies. Right now, temperatures are in the 70s walking out the door. Plan for some warm temperatures. Parents, pack that extra water in your kid's backpack. Maybe plan a second outfit when they're heading home.
The WHAS 11 First Alert Storm Team Allergy Report is sponsored by Family Allergy and Asthma.
It's really when we go over the next few hours when you don't see that temperature drop.
At this hour, we have the excessive heat warning that covers most of our viewing area until Thursday evening, and it could be extended into Friday as well. So it simply means it's going to be super hot. Really need to take care out there, seek the shade, the AC, enjoy that inside at the Kentucky State Fair. 96 tomorrow, 97 on Wednesday, and even hotter Thursday at around 100 degrees. If we do hit that 100, we were able to do that last year as well. But before last year, we hadn't hit 100 degrees in about 10 years. So fairly rare to get up there to the actual triple digits. It does feel like 103 right now and 100 at Bowman Field. Just a very light breeze out there. Our current temperatures in the upper 80s to the lower 90s. You factor in the water in the air, all that humidity, and it feels like well over 100 in many spots. Even more water in the air out to the west in Jasper at 106 and Mitchell near Bedford, Indiana.
Sam, I have honestly no idea what's going on in the weather. I wasn't paying attention during your.
Wow.
I know, I'm sorry, but tell us, because it was kind of pleasant today outside.
Yeah, it
We're
was.
being honest here.
We are. I just think that you're glad that I'm here this evening.
I'm happy to see you.
It's been noticeable today, but not nearly as bad as this previous week. We're going to start off with radar, though. A few of our friends yesterday evening where they were picking up some pretty decent rainfall and a couple of rumbles of thunder. Overall, the drying trend's going to be taking over. As you can see, the sunshine coming in here from the west, coming out of our Scottsburg camp. We're noticing pretty nice conditions outside. Dew point, again, yesterday we were in the low to mid 70s, but today mid 60s. And of course, we're going to be in the 50s with that dew point temperature tomorrow and all the way through the.
That's going to be a hot one for all the players on the field, even at 7:30, Sam.
Yeah, and they're really being smart about just canceling all those activities. More next week, which will be making it feel a lot more pleasant outside. Let's take a closer look at our Max HD radar. We're watching a couple of showers and rumbles of thunder actually making its presence known right over Springfield across the Marion County area and Washington County as we speak. You can see the coolest air is off to the northeast right now. That's also where the thunderstorms have been underway through the course of this morning and midday. We're sitting at 85 Metro Louisville. Of course, between 105 temperature a little bit cooler. Our sunset just before 8:30 into the evening, and well, along with that later sunset, we're still going to continue to watch for temperatures through the course of the 8 p.m. hour, still in the low 90s here across the region. We do have an excessive heat warning that is in effect. This began at noon today and goes all the way into tomorrow evening. A heads up if you reside in this purple shaded area to make sure you are using those precautions to be staying cool as best you can, stay out of that heat.
All right, it was a red hot sunset across the area. Take a look at the sun settings through that thick haze, that steam bath that we had out there. And all right, it was a red hot sunset across the area. Take a look at the sun settings through that thick haze, that steam bath that we had out there. And there you can see the downtown skyline as well. And then, of course, the sun dropping below the horizon, and temperatures actually stayed up. It's a little better Saturday, and then a whole 97 with that heat index in Louisville, 92 at Bowman Field. That dew point is really tropical. That measure of water content in the air, the humidity high, of course, at 74%. Live view here with our First Savings Bank cam, part of our U of L Health Camera Network. We're sitting at 80. Again, the heat alerts across the WHS 11 viewing area, except for Greene, Taylor, and Adair counties, and of course stretching out to the west as well. On the almanac today, 96 today. It was 96 yesterday. That's the hottest it's been so far this year. 88 the average high, so 8 above normal, and just a few off that record high of 99.
Get ready for some heat. We're looking at the hottest days of the year, and not just one, not just two. About 5 days here we're going to be spent around the triple digits, and that's why the National Weather Service has issued multiple separate heat alerts for us, depending on just how hot it's going to get. But I'll tell you, whether you're in the heat advisory there in southern Indiana from Bedford over to North Vernon, or you're in this pink area, which is the excessive heat warning, or even the excessive heat watch, everybody's going to be just advisory that you have. So it doesn't matter where you live, even if you have some friends well off to the west, they're also dealing with this heat and have been for several days now. Taking a look at the temperatures outside right now, we're sitting in the 90s. This was just day one of 90+ degree temperatures in a long stretch of some 90s for us. Looking off to the west, though, we have 99 around Illinois, and that's going to represent what we'll see here over the course of the work week. So I'll just go ahead and show you that on the temperature trend here. 96 tomorrow, and then we're going to escalate all the way to 100 degrees on Thursday. Now
I know my school's even recess is indoors today and through Friday, Sam. It's just, you don't need it. You don't need this heat.
It's just not a risk you want to take, you know? Just when in doubt, just actually be a little more prolonged than what we originally thought. It's going to be sticking around into easily Friday, if not. Keep it. Nice trend is humidity has been a little bit drier than what we originally thought through the course of the week, but still our feels like temperature will be on the dangerous side of things at times, more so tomorrow and Friday. We still have that excessive heat warning that is in full force. We do think today that generally speaking our feels like temperatures will be between 100 to 105 degrees. Now that doesn't mean we're out of the woods per se with the extreme heat, but arguably it could be a lot worse. We're going to be forecasting to see feels like temperatures likely tomorrow getting. So if you're going to be going to some of the surrounding lakes, Patoka Lake, Taylorsville Lake, we're all looking to be full of sunshine most of the weekend. Of course, Sunday, if you don't like it too hot, is the day to get out. Already hitting the area. Keep in mind it is affecting our temperature by about 5.
Hello. Now, speaking of beautiful, Colleen, we are all crossing our fingers for beautiful weather this week. And so far, I feel like it's been pretty good. I remember in years past, it's rained like every day.
You know, I've been looking at the past 20 years of track conditions. It's really. Let's talk about today, though. Champions Day. Temperatures are going to be getting into the mid-60s. Nice dry forecast. Plenty of sunshine. The only difference compared to yesterday is that wind. We're not going to be as bad, only gusting around 20 miles per hour, maybe 50. Morning. Very exciting week that we have in store. Temperatures cooling off because we had some clouds overnight, and those are actually clearing out. So we're cooling off right now. 46 at Louisville, low 40s, getting into the 30s potentially here over the next 30 minutes over in Indiana. It does feel like the 30s in some feels like in the upper 50s and low 60s. So at the time we had hours Friday afternoon through Friday evening. Now the good news about Derby is the majority of that rain is going to be overnight, expected to clear out by Saturday afternoon. So Oaks is definitely the day we are going to be focusing on for the timing of that rain. We have meteorologist Sam Gabrielli that's out at Churchill getting a nice beautiful view of the track right now. Sam, how's it looking right now?
Rise and shine from Churchill Downs here, Colleen. It is turning out to be a really gorgeous morning so far. It's been chilly, took down.
We'll expect allergy levels to be high here for the next few days with some warmer temperatures starting out in the 40s and 50s. We were just in the 60s, but finally cooling off here in the metro at 54 degrees, 44 in Corydon and 49 right at Hodgenville. The reason why we're so warm is this high pressure at the surface creating kind of this dome of heat. So little to no wind out there. We have clear sunny skies and it allows our surface to really heat up throughout the afternoon. We're not the only spots around town that are going to see some warmer weather. Our friends down in Tennessee and up to Chicago also seeing some warm temperatures. Right now in the 40s and 50s, soon going to be breaking into the 70s by lunchtime. Outskirt communities might be staying in the upper 70s. Regardless, it is going to be a warm setup with some crystal blue skies. Forecast model not even showing any clouds out there throughout the day, with that wind from the south has a southerly component, which is when that line will come through when we get closer to Saturday. It's still 5 days away, but it is trending Saturday night, an overnight event into Sunday morning. Notice our temperatures dropping down to the 60s behind it. So say goodbye to the 80-degree weather. Typically we're in the 60s and low 70s this time of year, so we'll be back to seasonable the middle of next week. So 80 degrees today, 81 tomorrow, and then we're tracking some showers on Friday with the line of storms Saturday night. A warm setup with some crystal blue skies. Forecast model not even showing any clouds out there throughout the day, with that wind from the south has a southerly component, which is why we're so warm out there. Tomorrow morning, 40s and 50s walking out the door. Then we'll start to see some temperatures getting into the low 80s. Forecast model just updated, trending paint in some partly cloudy skies in some spots, but for the most part, we will be sunny throughout your Thursday afternoon. Then the clouds will really start to build on Friday. This is Friday morning. This is when the weather starts to take a turn. Low pressure moving off the coast of the Gulf of Mexico and then across the southeast, drenching rain across the Carolinas. Notice that's staying off to the east. Here in Kentucky, we might see some isolated showers throughout Friday afternoon, but for the most part, it's going to be a hit or miss sprinkle. Now Saturday, we'll stay mostly dry until the evening hours. This is when our next
It's going to be hot for them, though. Yeah, those poor workers are very few and very far between in the coming week. Outside right now, though, we've always had the light wind. We had a lot of sunshine earlier, and the hot temperatures that equals bad news for our air quality. So we do at least 10 degrees warmer than we typically are. Here's a look outside right now on our radar. We have a couple of showers and storms over in North and South Carolina, and then we had a little bit of severe weather over in Texas today.